Ciao, everybody. Welcome back to the Bianconeri live show. It is a match day 5 Champions League preview against Benfica. I'm Julian Gennady, and with me is Alejandro. Buddy, how are you doing? You're not stressed about Juventus right now, are you? You're stressed more about computers and all that technology stuff, eh? Okay, well, we'll fix that as we go on here. It is a match day preview. That means we are going to go into what happened at the press conference, what a potential starting lineup looks like, what our predictions are for the match, and what Benfica's predicted lineup is as well. And we'll comment off there. As always, be active in the chat, and we'll get to some questions. I saw Alexandro and Max Allegri doing the press conference today. Alexandro, obviously, that means he's going to start. So, and I also saw Max Allegri say, "Yeah, the 3-5-2 has been working well, but we're going to change it probably." What the hell? That was my first gripe with that. Did you hear me at all?
I heard you, but my
Oh,
mic was not connected, so my mic is back. Um, but yeah,
okay.
Alexandro, he spoke. Um, he didn't say much. Basically, said nothing special, so I skipped that part. But I think in the week I said Alexandro's going to start, or when was it? On the podcast. I think on the podcast, I think you asked, do you think he's going to
Yeah, you
change?
did.
I said, yeah, he's going to start. So he's going to start. I expected that. But yeah, the weird part was that he said, yeah, the 3-5-2 is working, but I'm going to change tomorrow. I was like, why? I'm not really sure. Like, you not finally found, I don't know
Exactly.
if,
Why?
yeah, I don't know if you found a solution, but like, it seems that you are on to something. Why we change it, not sure. And then he mentioned also, I based it on the players I had available, and I was like, okay, but what changed? Like, nobody came available in the last 2 days. Like, it's the same squad.
Yep,
So not sure what he was trying to say. Like, I'm actually
exactly.
I'm actually confused.
Yeah, it didn't make much sense. What the saying is, I don't know if it's a world or an international saying. If it ain't broke, don't fix it.
Yeah, yeah.
So you won 1-0 against Torino, and I've gone over this. I think I said this in the podcast. We won 1-0 against Torino. We won 4-0 against Empoli. We won 3-0 against Bologna, playing in a 3-5-2. We went away from that formation against Maccabi Haifa, lost 2-0, and against Milan, and we lost 2-0. You have the player personnel right now to play in a 3-5-2. Just do it until Pogba, Chiesa, Di Maria are back. Very simple. Very simply put. So I don't know if that's mind games. Do you think it's mind games?
Um, it could be, but it's Allegri, so there's a big possibility that it's actually
True.
true, and that it's gonna actually change something. I'm not sure what is gonna change. Like, will he go to back four? Or like, yeah, but like, will he put McKennie on the wing again? I have no idea what he's gonna do. Um, but if Milik starts, then yeah, I can see that he's gonna switch things up a little bit. I can, because he probably Milik will drop in that
So
midfield a little bit.
Romeo Agresti tweeted yeah, Romeo Agresti tweeted today a probable formation, and we're gonna go based off what he says because like he's usually right. Um, and it looks to me like it is. It could be a 3-5-2 still, but also it could be a 4-4-2. It totally depends on where if Alexandro's playing as a center back, like in a back four, which I don't think is the case, but he has Danilo, Bonucci, and Alexandro listed. And then he has Quadrado, McKennie, Locatelli, Rabiot, Kostic. And then he has Vlahovic, Milik. So to me, that looks like a 3-5-2 still.
Yeah, yeah.
So I don't know, like you said, what's he going to change here? to potentially change that up.
Yeah, maybe just go into like
Also, is it a slight on Moise Kean that he's not? Sorry, go ahead.
no, maybe he will change. Like not change. Like maybe on paper it will be 3-5-2, but with Milik, drops it like or like a 4-4-2, and then Milik drops it, whatever. But I don't know if it's a knock on Keane. You could say just play him because he played well. But then Milik was benched when he was playing well and not getting any time. So I mean, it
Mm-hmm.
goes both ways, I guess. Kim probably will not like it because going off his Insta post, you would think he just scored 10 games in a row. It's one goal is in the season, so that's that. But maybe Milik is thinking the same thing. I mean, I was out doing well. I'm not getting any minutes
Yeah.
now. So it is what it is.
Yeah. It'll be quite interesting to see what the actual lineup is tomorrow. And at this point, there's not many players available. Like, there's not as many players available as we think because we know Paredes is out, Bremer's out, Di Maria's out, Chiesa still won't be called up, Pogba's still out for a bit. So we kind of know who the 11 players are, or 12 if you include Keane or Milik. Take your pick, whoever's going to start. But everyone else, we definitely know who's going to play. It's pretty set in standard or set in stone now. Um, what are your feelings tomorrow, man? We just did a little video on or some. We just recorded some shorts. What do you think is going to happen tomorrow?
Okay, okay. The short was a different question.
What do you actually think?
Okay, no. Okay, the short was a different question, and people will see it. Like it was not based on. Like, okay, whatever. But tomorrow, I think we will win, um, and it's again based on nothing, like nothing factual. It's just based on a feeling I have. It's based on a feeling I have that we're just gonna win tomorrow. Um, just because why not? Keep it like keep the hope alive for the fans,
Yep.
and then probably on the final match day, you're like, we beat PSG, but we still didn't make it, and then you go back and you will see the things of,
Yeah.
oh, what if this and this didn't happen? Oh, you see, you got the team, on track. It was just a little bit too late, you know. It's based on that. So, but I do think we're gonna
Yeah.
win, and it's not because I'm very confident in what we have shown, but it's just based on a feeling I had, basically.
Yeah, that's fair. I'm gonna start naming or going through Benfica's probable lineup. And before we started this preview show, I was reading off the defenders' names, and I'm like, we have to score tomorrow. I'm sorry, like this is not a good backline. And I get, team cohesion, whatever. Benfica's doing really well. They just beat Porto on Friday,
They did.
but I'm sorry. And I'll read them off now. The goalie is Vlachodimos still, so he's still in net. Then they got a guy named Gilberto Jr. as a right back. Then they have an 18-year-old Antonio Silva, I believe. And then they have Otamendi. Then they have Grimaldo, who can't defend to save his life. I'm sorry. I don't care if that Nays guy comes in here and says otherwise, who always seems to come into our chat now. Then in their double pivot midfield, they got Enzo Fernandez, baller. They got Florentino Luis, very good player. Across the midfield three in attack, they got João Mario, Rafa Silva, David Neres, who realistically they ate us up last game. They ate us up. They burnt us. They were all interjecting with each other. They swapped. They were very fluid. But if you're a serious solid team, that shouldn't scare you. And then they obviously got their big guy up front, Gonzalo Ramos. So their front four is the same. Their midfield double pivot's the same, but their backline looks weak to me, and that should be exploited the whole game. But we don't know how Empoli is going to translate to Benfica. We don't know that. So we'll see tomorrow. I can't give a comment right now on what I think is going to happen. I just know that we should definitely exploit and attack that back four. Like, That's my only thing.
Yeah, I thought that the first game, we did it. I think in the pressure,
Yep.
Lakers said like we played well in the first half. We had good chances, and then we made mistakes. Besides the goal, I cannot recall any chance. Maybe it's because it's been a while, but I actually can't recall. I do. What I can recall is a lot of chances for Benfica, uh, and Neres missing them. That is what
Yep.
I can recall. So not sure what he was talking about there, but then he said like we should make any mistakes, or the mistakes were we had no energy, like we had no legs in the second half. They were just strolling through that midfield and firing shots.
Yep.
Like it wasn't, yeah, tactically, like technically not really, because we didn't have the ball, like we couldn't keep hold on because we just didn't have any legs, like nothing, like there was no energy, absolutely nothing in that second half, and it was easy. I don't think they were even in full gear because we were just poor. Uh, it seems, going off that
Yep.
Empoli game, we found our legs again, which is way too late, but whatever. Like better late than ever. It's still one game. Even against Torino, like okay, it's a little bit more energetic. So maybe that will be the saving tomorrow. But like, what he goes on and saying, we need to keep it compact at the back, blah blah blah, and then he goes on saying also, you know, uh, keep it close. So I know what type of game we're gonna play tomorrow, unless everything he said was a complete lie. But I do
Yeah.
believe,
Catenaccio.
yeah, I do believe, and we cannot, counter to save our lives. Like we're just bad at it.
No.
Like 9 out of 10 times that ball ends up in Cuadrado's feet. Excuse me, and it's done. Like it's done. So we're not good at it. So I'm not sure, because going off the presser, that's the way we're going. I'm not sure why. Because let's be honest, we have nothing to lose here. So I prefer we just not go like not minute
Yep.
one and we just go all over the place, because we'll probably lose. But like just be, grow a pair and just try to take the game to them, because they have more to lose than us. Okay, they have 2 match points, but
Oh yeah.
like if they lose tomorrow, let's say they lose, they will go away to Maccabi with a bit of stress. Okay, it's on us now. We need to win. Like even if we
Yep.
can beat PSG, blah blah blah, like we need to win, whatever, or we need to take a point, and maybe that causes some problems. We have nothing to lose. Let's be honest.
Yep. Yep. You're absolutely right. And going off your point about we can't counterattack very well, that's because we have no team speed, and I've mentioned that a couple weeks ago at least. It's really scary how slow we are as an actual team. We can't like run by and behind anybody. Um, like we think Dusan Vlahovic is this athletic phenomenon. He is, but he's not fast. Like he's not a top fast player. Quadrado obviously is ancient. He's a grandpa at this point. He's not running by anybody. So we have no one to get in behind, so we can't really counter and we can't use team speed. So at that point, how does Catenaccio work? Catenaccio, you counter. You sit back, play well defensively, and then you go sprint on a counterattack. Can't do that, like you said. We have to have sustained pressure in their third. And we can't do that either though. Unless something changes. But I don't see us having sustained pressure in their third, in our attacking third. It's probably going to be ball out wide to Kostic. I said Kostic. Ball out wide to Kostic, and then he whips it into the Twin Towers, Milik and Vlahovic.
Yeah,
And I'm not complaining about that, because it is what it is. We have to do what we have to do.
yeah, I agree. But that's why I said like just go for it. Like you can close yourself down away to Benfica. You're probably gonna lose,
Yep.
and then you look back at it and you're like, what was the point? Like we needed to win, and you're just gonna shut close shop, and you're like, what was the point? Like it's not that you have 5 games left. Like you need to win tomorrow. It's as simple as like there's no other option. You need to win. Like period. So closing yourself
Yeah.
down and then lose, you're just gonna look at it and you're like, what the hell are we doing? Like, why? And I think at that point,
Yeah.
even more players will look at the coach and will be like, why? Like, why did we do this? Like, what was the point? Because if you will ask the players, I'm gonna say like
Yeah.
75% will say, let's go for it. Just go for it. Because
Yeah.
why wouldn't we? Like, nothing to lose. Like, we need to win, period.
It it's always the age old question, or the age old thought when you say, could we have done more? And then you leave something to be desired. If you go all out and you still lose, it is what it is. But if you sit back and you wait and then you don't give it your all the whole 90 minutes, then you're gonna have questions. You're like, what could we have done differently? And we shouldn't have to do that. We shouldn't do that. We shouldn't have that mindset. But we will tomorrow because it's Allegri. Jeff Costello is saying Vlahovic didn't score in the UCL yet. He did. It was against Maccabi at home, but like he has. But you're right. He does need to score tomorrow.
Yeah, he needs. But okay, yeah, he needs to score. But and if I look at this like this group stage campaign, it's so bad. Like yeah, it's worse than the Conte Copenhagen group, like Galatasaray thing. Excuse me. Like I think we had more points in that round, but like
Yeah.
that was bad. But like this one feels even worse because like you lost against Maccabi. Like you lost
Yeah.
at home against Benfica. With all due respect, like I don't want to say, Benfica are poor or like they're don't respect them. Just disrespect them, disregard them. I'm not saying that, but like you lost again, and Maccabi away. Like that's gonna be one of those results where I'm like, in 20 years I will be like, we lost away to Maccabi. Like we did,
Yep.
we actually did. Like I will never forget that result, and it's worse than losing to a Galatasaray on whatever you want to call that pitch. It feels worse.
A cow patch.
Yeah, that was. I remember that day because
Yeah.
it was a school day. It wasn't a Wednesday. I remember that very well.
Yep.
And they played like, at school until 12, and they played at 2 or like something random. So I went to the club, official club, to watch it. And nobody was there because everybody was working. It was just me and other guys who went for. I remember that game, Snyder. I was like, what the hell is happening? I'm like, what just happened? And that Maccabi thing, it felt even worse because
Of course, it's worse.
we were never in that game. Like
No.
we got outplayed by freaking Maccabi. Like that's what it is.
Yeah.
We got outplayed by Maccabi.
It's going to be part of our meme cycle for the next 5 years until we get a little bit better again. Like it's going to be part of it, and we have to accept it as fans. That sucks, but you got to. Because what do you think of our no? Yeah, the Galatasaray game is a meme. Our last 4 knockout rounds is a meme, and this Maccabi loss is a meme.
Yeah.
And it's just a downward cycle. I have no expectations going into this in the last 2 games of the Champions League season, and I'll say that.
Yeah, but I don't think
Yeah, go ahead.
this. I don't think you thought this was possible. Like this.
No,
bad.
I didn't.
Okay.
No, of course not. Like I didn't think we could lose to Monza, but we did.
Yeah.
So
Okay. But, I mean, Jesus.
it is what it is.
Yeah. I mean, it's Maccabi. Like I don't want like. We were poor. Like I cannot believe how poor we were. Like those players, I would be so ashamed. Like I'm sorry, I would be so ashamed. Like walking off that pitch, I would be like, I don't want to, I don't want anyone to film me for the next couple of weeks, basically, because this is low. Like this is bad.
Yep.
And
sorry, after that game, was it Retiro time? Yeah.
Yeah.
And then we beat Bologna and then lost to no.
We beat Torino. and we
Oh,
beat
okay. Oh, okay. Yeah, okay. The Retiro is that week. Okay.
yeah Empoli.
So we're 2-0 in the Retiro era,
Yeah,
right?
yeah,
Yeah.
2-0.
Okay.
We've been 2 and
Let's
0
run
for
it.
many times.
I know.
Yeah, yeah. But when we did that short, I should have said like the why I still believe is the second half against Empoli. Like just, we found lags again. We usually don't, and we played probably the best football we played all season in that
Okay.
35 minutes. And again,
I was
it's
gonna say, does
Empoli.
that carry over to Portugal?
I don't know. Like usually Champions League is a bit more open.
Mm-hmm.
So maybe a bit more space will help us, and the fact that they talk about a team and confidence, they have a little confidence, um, believe in the group, whatever, they will figure it out. Because if we take an early lead, I will be like, I think we can see it out. Not see it out, not defend for 90 minutes, but like we will find a way to get it over the line. But if we
Okay.
go down, I'm like, it's done. Like it's not like
Yeah.
that's the first thing. Because have we go down this season and won?
Not in the Champions League. In the league, we've lost twice. No, because we won. All our wins have been clean sheets.
Okay, so when was the last time we went down and won?
I can't remember.
I can look it up.
It was definitely last year because
Yeah,
it
yeah.
hasn't happened this year.
But like, usually, it probably is Roma, no?
It might be Roma. It might be Empoli
Oh, yeah.
3-2 game.
Could be.
But don't quote me on that because I'm not too sure.
Let me see.
So yeah, everybody, I know it's a Monday, but please like the video, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. This channel in particular is coming out with shorts. So they're going to be probably spread across out through the day. So take a look at those. It's fun, it's quick, and they're nice to watch. And also, there's going to be the Pick Is In. That show is going to come out
Sassuolo.
tomorrow, I believe. Sassuolo.
Yeah.
Last year.
Last year. Keen in the last second.
So there you go. Yeah, it doesn't happen often. Our comebacks or a comeback.
You know where?
But yeah, we went. Sorry, go ahead.
No, because I saw a thread on Twitter. Arsenal comebacks from 2-0 down. So that's why I came up with that question. Some good games. But yeah, I think if we go down, this team is cooked. They're done.
Yeah.
It's done. Like, even if we go down to Cremonese, I'm like, oh boy, it's not looking good. So imagine if going down to Benfica in the Champions League. I'm like, yeah.
Oh, we almost beat Salernitana.
Yeah, we did. If you take that 2 points extra, the table will be looking much better.
Man. And if we went up 2-0 against Roma because of the whatever happened,
that was ridiculous.
We'd have 4 extra points. Imagine that.
We would have been in the race for the title.
We'd be 6 points behind.
Yeah, that's in the race, right?
I guess, yeah. That's fair.
I think
That's crazy though.
I think we're only 5 points behind 4th place. I don't know the bar is very low, but like that's how quick things go, basically.
Yeah.
But yeah, if we had those 2 points more, it would look much better. But we don't. Period. Yeah.
Okay, so I know you have to wake up early tomorrow. Do you want to just get into predictions now?
Yeah.
And a hot take?
Okay. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Think about it. I'm gonna promo it. You think about it. Okay. So we have a new thing whenever I'm on the prediction show. It's called our members group hot take moment, and it's sponsored by our members. So consider becoming one of them. Links in the description, all that fun stuff. You can join a prediction league. But you guys, the members, sponsor one of our hot takes for the match, this previous match. So it's Benfica. So Alejandro, I've given you some time to think.
Okay.
What is your hottest take that will happen tomorrow?
My
So
hottest
get your
take
future
is
ball out, or future get your magic ball out.
my hottest take is, and that's not because based on today, but I had that in mind for 2 days now, is that Alexandro will score.
Oh my god.
He
As a
will
center back. Nice.
he will score. For some reason, he will get a goal. I tried it
Okay.
with Quadrado, like, yeah, it's never gonna happen. I gave up. It's done.
Okay, so your hot take is Alexandro will score. It's most likely going to come from a front post header on a corner kick because that's how he scores all his goals. um, so there you go. Yeah, people in the chat, get your hot takes in. What's going to happen tomorrow? You could be as outlandish as you like. But my hot take, sponsored by our members, excuse me, is going to be we're going to keep a clean sheet away to Benfica. I'm not saying we're going to win. I'm saying we're going to keep a clean
That's
sheet.
even worse. Like 0-0. Then I hope we lose. Like I mean I don't hope we lose, but like 0-0. Yeah, you got a point for
Hey,
Europa League.
I said I'm not. We can win with a clean sheet, but
Yeah,
I'm not saying we will. I'm just saying we will keep a clean sheet tomorrow. Going to keep the run of form defensively, um, and those are our hot takes. Those are our hot takes for the match tomorrow. Now we're gonna head over to our. Oh wait, some hot takes here. Rodrigo saying Bonucci will score a goal. Vlahovic will score a last minute winner. And Seeker of Truths is saying Sandro right foot screamer.
yeah. So it's also like not a screamer,
And,
but like a clean shot.
yeah. And then Unholy Fun is saying my hot take is red card for Enzo Fernandez. Wow, that'd be nice. Has anyone got a red card against us this year?
Um, Probably. No, it was last season when Bologna was with 9. No, I don't think so. Or yes. Who?
I have no idea.
Yeah, it's I have a feeling yes, but like I cannot recall it. Let me check because I have it open.
I meant like when we're playing up a man, not like if we get matching red cards. Like I think Salernitana they also got a red card
Yeah,
that
but
game.
like that was in the last second.
Yeah.
That was fun.
So I don't
Uh,
know. So that'd be interesting. That's a good shout from Unholy Fun. Alexandru Tandara saying Rabiot's going to be man of the match. Is that a hot take or is that like just the norm for him now because he's sick?
yeah, that doesn't
Oh,
count as a hot take anymore.
yeah.
Yeah.
Last year that would have been a hot take. This year, I don't know, not so much. But yeah, okay. Now we'll transition to our prediction time. Get your scores in, score predictions with goal scorers. If you think Benfica is going to score, say a goal score for them as well. Ale, go.
Um, um, I'm going 1-0 for us.
Okay.
I'm not going Sandro. I'm gonna be realistic, and I'm gonna say Milik.
Okay. So Milik's going to do the double against Benfica this year. And I'm going to say, I'm going to copy you because it's kind of boring, but it has to fit my narrative. 1-0 Juventus. Like I said, they're going to keep a clean sheet. And I think who's going to score our goal? Dusan, this is what you get paid the big bucks for. He's going to score to make it 1-0, and we're going to win with him scoring a goal. So yeah, get your predictions in there. Khalid saying, would you renew Rabiot for 4 million euros a season?
Uh,
I would,
4
personally.
mil. I still think 4 is way too much for some of these players. But I mean, if we don't sign him, we'll probably end with I don't know who, and we'll probably pay him the same amount of money. And you're like, who the hell is this? Like, oh, what's the
Yeah.
signing? I don't know who. I don't know. Like Conte, like 6 mil. I'm like, he's injury prone. Like whatever, like
Yeah.
something crap like that. But 4 mil, I'll think about it.
I would say yeah. In our chat, we got Unholy Fun saying 1-0 Benucci Pen. A win's a win. Don't really care. Jeremiah is saying Benfica 1, Juventus 3, Dusan 1, Milik 1, Rabiot 1. Rabiot's going to be on a hot streak here. Holy smoke. If he scores, he'll be at 5. Crazy.
You mean
But he only scores in 2s. So if you're going to think Rabiot's going to score tomorrow, he's scoring twice.
so 4-1?
Yeah. So Rabiot gets a daily double whenever he scores the first one. And now I expect it. So move on. Is there anything else you want to say about tomorrow's game? Anything else you want to say in general?
No, I don't. I'm not really looking at the score tomorrow. Unless you get 3-0 L or something. But like I'm looking at the performance because I think this team needs to have positive feeling momentum. I think that's the only hope for us and for this team at this point. So they need to have a solid, good performance. Then let's see what the result is.
Yep, that's fair. Yeah, I just don't want a demoralizing loss that goes into the Lecce game and then carries over to the Lecce game. That's something, because I asked you earlier, does a game against Empoli transfer over to a game against Benfica in Portugal in a positive way? And usually I would say no, but losing in a demoralizing way, I think can transfer over to Serie A, a different competition. So I'm going to say anything, if we lose 2-1 by the squeak of the neck, whatever. But if we win 2-0 and we keep the momentum, let's go. We'll let it run. So there you go. We got some other scores in. Khalid saying Benfica 2, Juventus no score. Anas is saying Juventus 2-0, but Bonucci penalty shot. I guess he's scoring twice on a penalty shot. And then Jeremiah is saying agreed. Looking forward to a very good performance. There's the upbeat, good attitude. Good for Jeremiah. We'll see you tomorrow after the game for the post-match reaction when we're not winning. Anyway, thank you all for watching. Follow the Bianconeri Zone on all social media platforms at Bianconeri Zone on Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram. Follow this or subscribe to this YouTube channel. Like this video. Shorts are coming. Short videos. That's what that is. Not actual merchandise. Short. The pick is in is coming. And we have a post-match reaction. And Ali's special pre-recorded post-match reaction. That's all coming tomorrow. Thank you all for watching. Have a good night. Forza Juve. Peace out.